Good morning, guys. It's the Canadian Art Guy, and I'm finally back. Had some stuff going on here. In fact, I really didn't feel like doing any videos today or painting at all. But that's the whole point to life, really. Sometimes we just have to do what we do based on what we can do, not based on what life throws at us, because life throws constant curveballs and boomerangs at us, and that's kind of like my last week's been full of boomerangs and all kinds of stuff. So anyways, today I'm probably gonna stop the camera at certain points and just move on, because I want this to be as short as possible, because I want to engage you guys the best as I can. Today's about detail and how to start detail, and I haven't rehearsed any of this stuff. In fact, none of my videos are rehearsed, and that reflects in the video because it's not that entertaining. I mean, I can't watch my own videos because it's just not that entertaining yet, so I'm not all there, sorry. But today is going to be about, I don't know if I'm going to explain it too much, because like I said in the other ones, I don't want to get into explaining and rationalizing how I do certain things yet. I just want to basically show you what I do and not put any terms to it. Okay, this is not about limitations, and today is about detail and how I start with detail. I paint what I call the positive and the negative, and you're going to see that here. I'll explain it through this brush. I'm going to use a round brush. You've seen this one before, and if this frustrates me, I'm just going to switch to my liner. Okay, so where's my palette? There it is. Okay, so I've got my palette, Tupperware lid, and I haven't even opened this one yet. This is white. How good can you see that? Acrylic. It cost me $1. Go dollar store. Ooh, I better shake this, because I know the rest of the paint, yep, it's pretty crappy. But you know what? It does exactly what I wanted it to do. So I really don't have the right to complain all that much. It cost me $1. So yeah, it's running. Don't even know if I'm going to water this down. But okay, when I start with detail, I usually, if not always, start in the background. And because I know some of these trees are going to be back there, I'm going to show you, you know what, I'm just going to start with my liner. Okay, start with my liner, and I always wet my liner first, so I know you can't see that. This camera is literally, I know it doesn't look like it, I know it looks like it's like 6 or 8 feet away, but my camera's right next to the painting. I have no zoom ability or anything like that, so it is a little frustrating at many points, but hey, this is the best I can do for now. And I'm just going to start by getting my brush into some of that white, and I usually roll it around. I wouldn't call that a technique at all. Okay, now this is what I do. Okay, this is the core to my detail. It's about imagining things, okay? And right here, we already know there's going to be moss where we've done black. So I'm just going to take, and I love how a painting can paint itself. I'm going to start on the round part, because I think that, and I always just kind of tickle the canvas, okay? And I'm just going to tickle it along those lines. And probably at this point, I should probably go drink some coffee, because that would help me. No, it literally would. It would help me shake a lot more. Like right now, I'm pretty chill and relaxed. But there's what you're going for. It. I hope you can see that. Well, boy. Okay, cameras suck. Or either that, or I do, or both. But maybe can you see that one? Let's see. What can you see? Can you see this one? Because this one I'll do the same thing that I just did. I'm just going to dab the white across there, like that. And wherever it hits, It's okay. You can't screw up at any given point of this painting. I mean, you could go and paint drastic white lines this way. That would be a goof up. Okay, gravity. Think gravity. Okay, gravity's pulling this way. So we're using white for a purpose, and don't know if I really want to talk about what the purpose is yet. But this, well, I mean, I will at some point. But here's what we want, and you want to just keep on hinting at the outline of the moss, and let's say it goes down about that far, okay? And we'll do a little bit more on top because, and we want to keep some spacing in here. Spacing, boy, there's got to be a better term than that. But you want to be pretty diverse. Like, don't try to overthink this at all. If you see what I'm doing, which I think you can now because I'm looking at my monitor, I'm just going to take a peek, and yeah, you can sort of see what I'm after. I'm going to take another high-res image of this afterwards, and there's really no way to goof this up except if you overthink it. If you overthink this right now, that would be the only way you could goof anything up. I'm just going to imagine that there's kind of a bump right here inside the tree itself. Okay, so let's just put some paint on there as if there's a bump coming out towards you, like that. And I'm just going to outline the basic shape. I think I should wet my brush again. All I'm doing is wetting my brush. I'm not really watering down the paint, but I like to work with a wet liner. And so we're going to come down like that. This is what's in front of you. And right now, if you're wondering why I'm painting in white, well, I will answer your question shortly. Okay. And we want to do that. Okie doke. And that just brings this one a little bit closer. And I'm just going to put a little bit more white in some areas here because we're going to be painting black over top in the end anyways. So we can take some of that white away. Okay, so right now it doesn't really matter at all. In fact, I'm going to just hint at a little bit of detail, putting some kind of diagonal lines in there. It's kind of what moss does when it hangs down. And no, I can't show you a picture of moss because I have quite literally just stared at mossy branches for hours, and I have this goofy photographic memory. And if you need to look at pictures or whatever, I'm sure there's something on the net, but you know what my take is on that. I don't believe in that. I don't think breaking anybody's copyright is a good idea in any sense. So I just never do it. If I want to paint something, I just go out and I look at it and I go, oh, okay. I wonder if I could do that. And the answer is always no. Did you know that? When I look at something outdoors and I wonder to myself, I wonder if I could do that, the answer is always no. Because that's how our brains are sort of wired, unless we escape the matrix, so to speak, and we go, yeah, you know what? Let's find out if this is possible. Because it could be. And in my case, it's always proven that, yep, it is indeed possible. And it doesn't mean that I'm smart, overly smart. It doesn't mean that I have more talent than anybody. But by now I own the fact that I can do it just based upon bearing, based upon experience. That's it. So, you see that? That's what we're after on all these trees, okay? And, okay, let's start. Like I said, I want to make this as short as possible. What are we at now? Whoa, we're at 9 minutes. I don't know if I want to make this very long at all. I want to encourage you guys the most that I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some of these branches in here doing the same thing. Oh, I watered down my brush way too much, but that's okay. Anything can be corrected. almost anything. Like, I'd say if I made it snow right now, that's my bad. I should get a haircut and get a real job. Either that or I'm stoned from my neighbor downstairs who likes to do pot. And I actually made a complaint about this. I actually wasn't going to talk about this at all because I know everybody has an opinion on this topic, but I actually got an eviction notice to vacate my premises because I made one complaint that, well, you see, I'm allergic to marijuana, and I made a complaint to the landlord, and I got an eviction notice stamped to my door. That was a wonderful surprise. That was kind of, see, I don't think he really knows me all that well. In fact, I know he doesn't. I'm kind of a fighter in life. And this is a fight worth fighting. It really is. I mean, when we live in a country, for heaven's sake, where you have to, like, it's my right not to get high, and it's also my right not to suffer medically because of somebody else's, in this case, stupidity. So it's been one of those weeks for me. Like I said before, it's just been one of those weeks that's kept me away from my love, which is painting. And okay, see that branch? That's all I want to do. This branch right here, again, that's going to connect to the tree in the forefront. And like I said, if I drank a lot more coffee right now and was a lot more nervous or whatever, anxious, let's say, I'd be doing a better job. I know it. Because what I'm going for is a very kind of stuttery kind of effect. And it would help me if my hand was trembling, but I have to like force it to tremble. Now this branch again is coming towards you, so you want to have a little bit more detail in the front here. Detail, that's a bad word. Well, I don't want to use detail yet, but I want to bring it up front. And in doing so, we're going to paint that there. And this tree is behind this one, so we're going to come over top of that. Little speed bump right there, or whatever you want to call it. And let that hang down. How does that look to you guys? Are you going, is this your aha moment yet? Because I hope it is. I hope you can start to see what I'm getting at. This is how you paint moss. Okay, usually I paint moss a lot faster than this, but to be quite honest, I'm still not used to painting with a camera literally touching my shoulder because I have to have it that close for you to see what I'm doing, and it freaks me out. No joke. That's what's going through my mind. I think I'm going to stop real soon and go get a cup of coffee, take a break, get unfreaked by this camera that's spying on me. And you guys spying on me? It's all your fault. No, just kidding. Yeah, boy. Okay, so that's what we're getting at. I might do okay, here, I'm going to do one more thing before I take a quick break. What are we at? 15 minutes? Okay, perfect. Good time for a break. Some of these dark lines that you'll have on your tree, because you've done them, you might as well just go ahead and bring them to the front and just travel around them in random little dots. Think pixels, okay? And just travel around them like that, and that'll just create the illusion that yes, indeed, there may be some moss on that tree. Right now, that's all we're thinking is moss. We're not thinking about branches coming at other kinds of detail. Right now, all we're thinking about is moss, okay? Moss. So again, I'm going to cut to the chase here real quick. I'm just going to do one or two more for these guys for you. I'm just trying to see, is there too much for me? And see, I angled the camera different today, hoping that you'd be able to see what I'm doing. And then I'll look at it afterwards and go, man, that sucks. So I'll find it. Okay, so we want that look. And also on the side of a tree, like here, where this moss is coming down here. Okay, you see that? I'm just gonna go and start some of that moss trailing right in there. And I'm also gonna just trail along the edge of the tree a little bit. Now you don't want to do too much. You just want to have it here and there. The mistake a lot of people make is by doing too much. Okay, there is such a thing as saying too much in a painting. We don't want to say too much. We want to say as much as possible with as little brush strokes as possible. Did you catch that? I'll say it again. You want to say as much as possible with as little words, or in this case, brush strokes, as possible. I don't want to repeat myself again. Okay. So you want to go ahead and keep going like that, and I'll be right back. I gotta go get some coffee. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back, and you're probably looking at this going, what did he do? Okay, I don't freak out. Take a deep breath. Okay, this took me less than 2 minutes. All right, I'm gonna pick up the camera here. I'm probably gonna screw everything up because I really don't know what I'm doing with cameras, and my cord's really short anyways. I don't even know if I want to do this. Okay, I'm gonna try. Here we go. All right, try not to make you seasick. Okay. All right. Let's go down as much as we can here. And that's what I did, okay? Like, I spent less than 2 minutes. I didn't time myself, but that's all I was gone for. And so I'm just going to gently walk up this. Again, these ones here, like in my last video, these are going to be much closer to you. Especially this one, and this one. This one's going to be in the background. But these three are going to be in front. And I'll try to take you as close as I can. Probably as close as I can. You can see what I mean about just dabbing your brush. I don't think at all when I do this. I just dab my brush and zone out. Which isn't that hard for me. Yeah. Okay, no comment. Okay, and then I'm just going to work up and show you what I did up there. A little bit on the tree, not too much. You don't want to paint too much. Okay? And over this side, again, that's all that I did. Not too much. I'll walk up this side here, and there you go. Okay? And that's all there is. Took me less than 2 minutes. And I'm going to try my best while doing this live to get my camera back up here. This is how frustrating this is to me. I'm just not used to this whole camera deal because you guys are now swiveling all over the place, and my mind is screaming at me, "What are you doing, Jeff? Stop!" Yeah, it is. That's what my brain's saying to me. It's saying, "You're an idiot." I'm not an idiot. I'm just not used to it. There we go. Okay, voila. It's as good as she's going to get for now. Okay, now here comes what I call the Eureka moment. I'm just going to adjust this camera a little bit more. Not happy with. I know it's a little bit awkward, but at least you can see better what I'm getting at, I think, I hope. Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. Like I said, I want to make this as short as possible. So I'm going to take my dollar store, indoor, outdoor, whatever that means, acrylic paint. It's yellow. Put some of that on here. Onto my palette / Tupperware lid. Not too much. And again, I'm cheating in this case. I couldn't find the right Hooker's green. You can use whatever green you want. You can make it Hooker's green if it's lighter than this by just adding black and a little bit of brown, and that's all you have to do. So just bear with me 1 second here. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to position that camera a little bit different. And there we go. So, alright. So there's my yellow and Hooker's green. Again, if you have a lighter green, just add some black, a little bit of brown, and voila. Okay, so here comes what I call your Eureka moment of the day. I'm going to take this yellow, I'm taking this brush, which you've seen before, saw in the beginning of the video actually, and I'm going to water it down, I'd say to half of the opacity it was before. And anywhere there's white, I'm just going to drag my brush real quick over top of the white. And look at that. Voila, we got yellow mush. And I'm just going to keep on doing that. And I don't want to even, this is definitely not the time to think. This is the time just to go, da, 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 da. Give your brain time to think. And speaking of thinking, I was thinking about what I said into the camera before. Into the camera. And I'm not pretty fly for an art guy. I know I said that in one of my videos. I'm pretty fly for an art guy, but I'm not. Yeah, I thought about what I said. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I know people can get offended, especially when you bring up certain issues. Like in Canada, we have legalized marijuana coming out in July 2, which is whatever. I don't do it, but I'm also allergic to it. I'll expand on that a little bit as I do this, and as you do this, hopefully with me. Hopefully there's somebody out there doing this with me, because you can honestly learn a lot by doing this. But anyways, I break it in hives. Like, I get one whiff of it, and I break it in hives. And if anybody's had hives, it sucks. And then I get a really, it's like I get an instant bad flu, like H1N1. I think H1, yeah, that's exactly what it's like, because I've had H1N1 and it sucks. Oh, I hate it. So, yeah, and then I get an insta cold. The back of my throat is really scratchy. I get itchy everywhere because I got hives. And then I got to reach for Benadryl, and that sucks. I don't like Benadryl because it makes you drowsy, and when you're trying to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs, basically that's the only thing I watch on TV. Otherwise, I'm just too busy with life. And it just sucks, you know? And what sucks a little bit more for me is when one person tries to make this into a political issue, or I don't know, their own agenda, and try to push their belief system on me. And when they're told by the landlord not to do pot in their residence, then they do it 1.5 feet from my deck outside, and I'm trying to relax. I'm trying to have a cup of coffee in between painting and making videos or whatever I'm doing, and there they are, smoking dope 1.5 feet from me, and like I told you before, I get one whiff and I gotta start reaching for Benadryl. It just ruins my day. And anyways, maybe I should have, or think about having a silly little rant of the day. I don't know, I'm not very political. I don't want to put my belief system on anybody else, but this is what we're doing. We're just going to go over top of everything that we did white, and I'm just going to pause the camera. Like I said, I want this to be as short as possible. What are we at now? Just a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to stop this, and I'll be right back once this is all yellow. Okay, so welcome back. There's my thin wash of yellow over thing. It took me exactly, what did it take me? It took me about 2 minutes. Okay, now you take your hooker's green, 2.5 minutes. It took me 2.5 minutes because, speaking of pot, I had to go deal with the situation where somebody's smoking pot right at this very minute, right outside my window. Okay, so I want to water down this green a little bit, and I'm going to start over here because I think the camera can see that a little bit better. At least I hope it can. And I'm going to start at the base, like not the top of the yellow, but at the base of it. And I'm going to put in think pixels, like on the screen of a computer. I'm just going to dot that in. Okay? It's just a little bit of hooker's green, not too much. But you know what this is going to do? The primary reason I do this is that it's kind of like an illusion. It alludes to the fact that the whole thing is green, but really green isn't all green, especially in a rainforest where there's light and other factors bouncing around. But if you do that, you've already got yellow there. You don't have to use a lot of green. You just go here and there, just little bits and pieces. And you don't even have to know where they need to go. That's the thing. You just kind of put them here and there and everywhere. Boy, I sound corny today. Definitely not fly for an art guy, but anyways. Yeah, we'll keep on doing that on this one. I'm just going to show you a little bit. Oh, and another thing is, any place that you see white, and when you do this with yellow, leave white, okay? Any place that you see white, we're going to come across with that blue that we used before. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. Well, you can sort of up there. But you're going to use that blue. We're going to come back and we're going to make those white parts blue because there is shadow. It's nice to have little hints of shadow inside this. So I'm just going to keep doing this. It's probably going to take me another... I noticed for some, whatever reason, when I'm being videoed, I'm not scared of being videoed, but I paint slower. I don't know why. So in order to save myself time, I guess in this case, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing here. Maybe in order to be fair, I'll do a few more for you, even though you probably caught on a long time before this yet, what I'm doing. Just here and there, not really thinking too much, just breaking up the yellow a little bit. That's all. Breaking it up. I'm going to make a few more brush strokes and then I'm going to pause for station identification. Well, they don't use that term anymore, right? Shows you how old I am. Okay, so I'm going to do that and then I'm going to just pause the camera now. I'm going to finish up the green. Take me about 1.5 minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and this took me 3 minutes. I was wrong. It didn't take me 2.5 minutes. It took me 3 minutes. Alright, so I just came underneath the yellow and I put pixels of green underneath all that. And at the end of this, I'll take this camera and I'll just give you like a VR, virtual reality tour. But you can see there's little specks, or maybe you can't see. Nope, you can't see. Anyways, so there's little specks of white. And I should have said this earlier, that... by the way, I'm just going to add some blue, my dollar store blue, great stuff, and I'm going to add that to my palette. And I should have said at the beginning, my bad, that I did say anytime I paint black, there's going to be extreme detail. Well, the same goes with white, but it's the illusion of detail. Okay, I should really put it that way. Okay, to be fair, it's the illusion of detail. This has taken me a grand total of just a few minutes so far. So again, I'm going to water down this blue, and this should take no time at all. I'm just going to pick on these places that are white, and I'm going to dab in some blue, just like that. And man, you know something it's absolutely fact, that I've kind of thought about this, is when I have the camera rolling, it feels literally like people are watching me, and it messes with me. I don't know why. It slows me down. Weird. I don't know, maybe some psychiatrist watching this right now can explain to me why that happens. It's not like I freeze up or anything, but I just start to overthink things, and I always tell you guys, don't overthink things. We'll never get to that point, which is true. So then why do I do it? I don't know. So any place there's white, just add a little bit of blue. And again, you know, I don't know. This is obviously not going to take me that long, but I may pause the video now just to finish this up, and then I'll just go over the, like, I can do this right now really fast too, but I don't want to bore you. You're not going to have any moment right now where you go, ooh, oh, that's fascinating. But you see how we've gone from white? Well, first of all, we're taking the black, and then we've gone to white on black, and we turn the white into the detailed moss. It's actually not, it doesn't look all that detailed to my eye anyways, but to other people they'll go, oh, that looks incredible. But still, over top of all of this, in the end, no matter what we do now, we're going to put layers over top of this that's going to bring everything together and make it look like it's, like, I don't know, photographic, some people might say. I just like to go for a certain rainforesty feel. I don't try to make it look like a photograph. I try to get it as realistic as possible, but I'm going for a feeling, and that's it. So I'm going to pause this again for just a second, and I'm just going to be right back. Okay, so that's it. I don't even know why I paused the camera. The rest of this took me just seconds, and wherever there's white left, that's okay. We can use that for other stuff, or we can just leave it. I don't know. I really don't care at this point. Okay, so I'm going to take the camera, and hopefully you guys don't get seasick. But if you looked at the images that we've had so far, whoops, let me try to get this straight. There we go, something like that. Okay, the camera is like inches from the painting, and sorry, this is the best I can do, and that's what we've done so far. So if you saw the image with the cat in it, you can kind of see, or maybe I can't even get the camera right. There we go. Look up at the trees. Get a little bit closer if I can. No, then it looks goofy. Okay, let's try that. That's better. Okay. All right, and that's what it looks like, all the way up and all the way down. There's where we're at. Okay, so you can see how we've radically gone from the black, blue, abstract look. We started with yellow, obviously. There's not a whole lot of yellow, like I told you. And man, I just can't get this camera straight. That's because I'm too close to the painting, I think. So there's where we're at. I'm going to leave you with a high-res image of this. And if you're wondering why it's so contrasty right now, it's because it's supposed to, because we're going to put layers and layers over top of this yet to bring this all together. First, we've got to make the round, well, you got to make these trees kind of pure round, and little hints of light bark. That's what we'll be doing next. And it literally is this fast to do what I do. And if you look at any of my other detailed images, I do them the same way. It doesn't take much time at all. It's just about technique, I think. Pure technique. Okay? So there we are so far. Whoops. I didn't mean to give you guys the brush. Alright, and I'm just going to leave you with a final image of what we've got so far, and I hope you guys have a great day. Please comment if you have questions or email me. I'm totally cool with that. Thanks.